The big event was supposed to be Saturday, then it was pulled forward over concern about far-right groups coming to London this weekend. Protesters rolled into town on bikes and skateboards, but reaching Hyde Park, the numbers were nothing on the scale of the thousands last week. The Prime Minister and London's Mayor asked people not to protest because of the virus. Boris Johnson said the demonstrations had been hijacked by extremists intent on violence, and said after it was graffitied last week it was shameful that the statue of Winston Churchill had to be boarded up to protect it.
The statue of Winston Churchill, who is a national hero, has had to be boarded up for fear of violent attack. And that, to me, is both absurd and wrong. We should look sometimes at the positive stuff. You know, we've got more young black and minority ethnic kids going to university than ever before, more black kids doing the toughest subjects at school, doing better than ever before.
Looking at the positives, it's true the number of black and ethnic minority students taking part in further education has increased 8% in 6 years. But with school children, this group continues to have the highest temporary exclusion rates, and in business, the number of black and ethnic directors in the FTSE 100 actually dropped in 2019.
It's as if there's an invisible glass ceiling there. We really are going backwards. And the people who are up there, only about 15% of them are English passport holders. So we are a net exporter of BAME talent, while we're importing some of those people in leadership positions in our largest institutions.
While this protest was intent on being peaceful, there are still concerns about clashes at the weekend.
We've certainly seen some people who are talking about coming to London, for example, to protect certain areas or certain buildings, certain monuments, and we can anticipate that some of them, whatever their political persuasion, are intent. Some of them are intent on having a confrontation with people from the Black Lives Matter movement. So my message is, please, just stay away this weekend.
Winston Churchill's not the only monument that's been boarded up for protection. There is a concern that this focus on historic figures and statues is detracting from the more current message that the protesters are trying to get across.
Everyone forgets the real roots of evil that we're dealing with right now, and we've continued to deal with as a society and as a black person, which is institutional racism.
It's important that we all realise that there is social injustice in our society today, and we're all here just to support the Black Lives Matter protest and also make a change in the future.
It's a political and policing challenge. The issues too important to stifle, but the risks of confrontation and violence and the spread of the virus all too real. Jason Farrell, Sky News.